Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with the video for the Sagittarius full moon. So first I'm going to talk a little bit about the importance of this full moon, and then I'm going to do a tarot reading. So I tried to do this reading now or video now several times, but there has been just a lot of synchronicities, and I feel that they're all important for this full moon. Kind of shows the energy. So first I was at a different place, closer to the railroad tracks. But then for some reason, and I don't know if you can still hear it, but it's almost like the signal, the warning sign that is saying like train in passing, don't cross the rails. It kind of got stuck. And so it's just like continuously to like make this warning sound. So I feel like that somehow is some kind of a um, some kind of synchronicity, and I will get back to that. Then I was guided to move along and to come to this place where you see that the stream that was usually here is fully dried up. This is something that I think we see worldwide this year, that it's very dry and that it's already a lot of forest fires starting to break out. And this is very much talking about underlying energies that I'm gonna try to describe here a little bit. To do it in the best way, I kind of have some tarot cards here to illustrate. So I did bring the tarot card of the Sagittarius, the Temperance card, and also the tarot card of Capricorn, which is the Devil. And so to kind of talk about the importance of this full moon, I have to start with the archetype of Capricorn. Capricorn is our 10th house. So it is at the top of our chart. It is our spiritual authority, really. That is what Capricorn represents. And so it's an important house in all of our charts, and it's a very important archetype in all of our lives because it talks about the flow of evolution. And it's interesting to me that in the tarot, the card associated with Capricorn is depicted as the devil. And as we all know, the devil is kind of the detrimental state of Capricorn. It is when people have become so focused on only the material realm, so life feels pointless. It feels like there's no reason to be alive anymore. There's no point to life. This is when kind of like that nihilism breaks out, and it's just about getting what we want, and there is no higher meaning anymore. And so if you look around us today, we see that a lot of people are actually living in this way, and this is very much kind of a sign that we are at the end of an era. It's like we're about to reach the dead end to this. It's like our system has reached a point where we can no longer just continue to move forward and we will experience change. It's like if we just continue to move forward, eventually it's like we turn into stone. We become so kind of like heavy and dense and uninspired that we can barely move at all. It's like we just turn into these huge mountains of stone that cannot move. And so that's really the downfall of the Capricorn archetype. And the way out of this is actually to take a step back. It's like it's no longer about moving forward. It's to take a step back into the Temperance, into the Sagittarius archetype. And that is what we're being offered now with this full moon. And that's also where, the drought is coming in, the forest fires are coming in. It's reflecting nature, trying to tell us that now is not the time to try to move forward. Now is the time to temper yourself, to be still and go inwards. You need water, because water is symbolic, for for new life. Water is symbolic for reestablishing our connection to a new source, you know, a new authority. We're not meant to listen to the devil anymore. You know, the materialistic, real life manifestation of what we used to see as authority, that has become outdated. That authority will tell you to continue to move forward. And the more you move forward, the more you push yourself, the more you're going to see that it's almost like, you know, your own shadow is going to start to manifest and work against you. And so moving forward is going to get more and more difficult. And you might even feel that you're gaining weight, like you get heavier and heavier. You get more and more depressed. You lose your light more and more and more. And so that's really a sign. If you ever feel like this, it's just a sign telling you to stop moving forward and rather take some step back. You know, go back to your root, find a secure place where you can be still. Go internal, you know, seek help with family and friends so that you can take some time off and restore yourself, because you need to connect to a new source. And so that's the opportunity right now. And I know that some of you, you've probably been doing this work of temperance for years already right now. You know, you maybe faced this Capricorn energy of it's not possible to just continue to move forward anymore. Maybe 5 years ago, I feel, for some of you. And so for some of you, it's like you've been doing the work of temperance. You have been connecting to new sources. This is also a card of twin flames, you know, so going into the astral world and really connecting to energies that exist in the 5D, you know, starting to pull in that light of the 5D. That is about really being still and working on the energy field rather than focusing so much on the material realm. And so I feel like if you've been doing this work already for some time, it's like this feels like the 0 point for you. It feels like you have hit rock bottom right now. You're at your lowest point. But it's like, even though I feel like you're at your lowest point, you know, maybe you don't have a lot of money with the streams being dried up. But even though you're at your lowest point, I just see you fully kind of engulfed in that energy of the 5D. It's like you pulled in the energy of the 5D all the way into your rock bottom, all the way into your root. And so for some of you, you are powerful energy workers that are able to do this type of work. And for others of you, you are just starting to learn how to do that type of work. And you're gonna do it in a more community-based way. Like, I feel for the people that are at this 0 point right now, where it's like, it's almost like I feel for some of you, you're like, only a miracle like can help me at this point in time. Because yeah, wow, when I said that the Capricorn card fell into the dried out stream, and I was gonna say, because I've exhausted all my possibilities. Like, there is nothing I can do in the physical world anymore. It's just now, it's just all source. It's like all spirit. It's all new life. It's all or nothing, I feel, for some of you. So wow, that are some powerful downloads coming through there. I think I'm just gonna jump into the tarot reading now and see what cards comes out for us. I've probably missed a lot here as well. These are extensive subjects that you can really receive a lot of information about. And so just doing these videos, it really doesn't give it justice. You know, I'm not really able to go into it at depth. But hopefully it gives you a little bit of inspiration, you know, to go in there and kind of expand your own mind and think in new ways. because I feel like that is very much a part of the Sagittarius energy, you know, building your own mind, connecting to new sources from within yourself, rather than just listening to and following external, you know, people that can appear to be an authority in something. Like this time, I feel, is very much about learning to build our own capability of being an authority, because that is what this time is gonna require of us, I feel. So let's pull some cards here. What do we need to know? I'm just hearing slow down. Everyone needs to slow down is what I'm hearing. And these guides that are coming through now, honestly, they are so understanding. Like, they are so understanding. I feel like there are some new types of guides that are able to come closer to Earth at this point in time. And they are just, it's like the perfect GPS. It's like a GPS that no matter what you've done, like how much trouble you've gotten yourself into, when you connect to these guides, they're just gonna come in with this warmth and this comfort and be like, it's never too late. Like, this is what you can do right now. This is what you need to do right now. These are not guides that will ever cause judgment. These new types of guides that I'm picking up on here. So for some of you, maybe you need to connect more to those, or be open to connecting more to those types of sources within yourself, instead of constantly running in these loops where you are judging yourself and trying to force and make yourself to move forward. It's just going to take you deeper into the devil consciousness at this point in time. It's not the clever thing to do, in my opinion. Like the way I'm reading the energy, it would be more beneficial to, I'm hearing, to start to love yourself. So yeah, we all deserve love. Let's see, one card wanting to come out. 9 of discs, 9 of pentacles. Yeah, and underneath the deck was the moon. So for some of you, I'm actually feeling that it's like the universe wants you to come to a halt right now, a standing still point, a point of grounding into reality, and really starting to become more aware and take more responsibility of your own subconscious and the way that it's driving you into paths, into doing things that you may actually not want. Like, you may not actually desire it truly, like your body may not desire it, but it's like in the moment. But it's like this old authority, this devil consciousness, is forcing and pushing your body, you know, your earth, your feminine, to just, you just have to move forward. You have to move forward, if not you're a piece of shit. You know, for some of you, I'm feeling this type of energy, and the universe is just saying like, this is silly. This is silly, don't do it. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, it's just like, laugh at yourself, make fun of yourself. This is just silly, is what I'm feeling for some of you. Start to become more aware. Yeah, it's gonna serve you a new cup. Like, when you start to become aware of this and connect to these new guides, it's gonna serve you a different experience. Like, it's gonna quench your thirst in a different way. Water returning. So I feel like this is also very kind of synchronistic with the weather. And I feel like there may be different types of energies at play, you know, different places on Earth. I've been kind of worried about the drought here, but then I've just been getting the message over and over, like, it's gonna balance out, don't worry. It's not gonna be as bad as you may think. It's gonna balance out, don't worry. And so some places, you know, I just feel like when there's a lot of forest fires, the forest is representing our old growth. it's representing our collective consciousness in many ways. You know, the forest is kind of like neurons in our brain. You know, it's the old growth, the old system. And so when the forest burns, it's like it shows us that we are changing our wood, right? It's like knock on wood. We're changing our wood, what makes us hard as well, like what makes us excited, what makes our masculine energy excited. We're changing all of those underlying sources. You know, they're burning up. It's like they're entering that stage of hell, of burning, dissolving, losing their form, losing their matter. And so it's a scary time, because it's like if you're aligned with that which is starting to burn, you know, you're gonna feel the flames. And I think that we do feel the flames, especially in our subconscious. At least I do. You know, that is very much a part of the awakening journey, that sometimes I feel like I'm burning, or rather it feels like I'm burning past timelines, like I'm burning the Viking warriors of the past. That's how it feels like to me, that I'm hearing these screams, these old warrior men like screaming and burning, and sometimes I can even like smell the burning here. And when this happens is always when I've said no to move forward down a timeline that my old authority, you know, my mind, is desperate to move down. You know, when I feel like I'm so afraid to not do this, or not try to control this, or not try to make this happen, but I still choose to just be still and do nothing. Ooh, that's when things starts burning. That's when I feel that all of that push from those old Viking warriors, you know, my roots, these old demons trying to like force me to follow their old paths. And so you may be feeling something like that. And when I was speaking about all of this, underneath the deck was temperance. You know, this is what builds the angelic consciousness. You know, our ability to sit with the fear, to sit with the fear of death, transcend the material, grow that part of our brain, and connect to new sources, connect to new type of water, pull it into your being. Also, I have the star card here, which is, you know, the Aquarius, and that comes after the demon, is what I'm hearing. So there's also something about that, like opening up. For some of you, you may be very focused on giving, that you want to build your identity, and because of that, it's like you always want to give, and you want to be the giver, because that allows you to continue to build your identity. And to receive, it means that you have to be weak, and you have to step into this energy of not having, you know, this energy of essentially being a zero or being a feminine. For some of you, it's time for you to learn how to receive. This can also definitely be in a sexual way, I'm feeling, for some of you, especially if you're practicing some kind of sex magic. It may be beneficial for you to receive as well more, is what I'm feeling for some of you. Yeah, now was the Queen of Wands underneath the deck, you know, and she is the queen that talks about sex magic, and that kind of thing, which is also the energy of the temperance, you know. It's like fire and water meeting. And also I'm seeing the Two of Cups here, so maybe for some of you even in relationships, but I'm feeling, but you don't have to talk about that, like it doesn't have to be pulled out in public. All of these things that we're speaking about in these videos, they are meant for a more private sphere, really, because a lot of it is talking about themes that may be a bit vulnerable. Like we may not be ready to put it out in a massive way, you know? And so it's okay to keep these things private. Like you don't have to build identity from it. And I'm hearing it's actually better not to. I'm hearing also that the new time doesn't call for it. Like that we're not meant to build so much identity in the new time because we're meant to be more free and fluid. Move in and out of experiences is what I'm getting. So underneath the deck was the Seven of Cups here. Dark Wolf. So let's see. And the cards coming out. Wow, Ace of Cups and Six of Wands. Yeah, for some of you, it makes you dark when you are being held back by the universe and you're not experiencing success with the Six of Wands in reverse, and you have to receive new energy from new sources. It actually makes you dark. I'm hearing it turns you into a demon. Why? That is, you know, some energy work that some of you may be benefiting from looking into. It's like, because then you just want to fight, you want to force, you want to make. And I'm hearing you're becoming a rapist. You know, someone that tries to, in a sense, rape matter into taking the form that your ego wants. And I'm feeling that is that devil, that is that Capricorn archetype in its falling. You know, when it becomes overly focused on the material and the identity to the point where our psyche can no longer handle being small. So I don't know if any of you are experiencing that, but I think that we probably all do from time to time. It's normal. It's part of the underlying energy fabric of our current reality. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just also be aware to maybe not let it drive you unless you want to create from that fallen state of, you know, essentially the devil consciousness. But with the Ace of Cups there, I feel like if you surrender to that, to the nothingness, if you're again able to laugh at yourself and just be like, yeah, I have these two sides, you know, there's one dark demon inside that just wants what it wants, but yeah, I also have this small little girl or small little boy inside that, you know, is kind of curious about the future. Like, what does it have to bring? And so yeah, it's like this, the temperance, right? It's like balancing out these two forces. You know, the old devil I just want to push, and then it's like the newborn child, the very innocent part of ourselves that is like, but what if? Like, oh my god, what if? What if things could happen easily, you know? What if things could happen just naturally, with flow, with ease? So yeah, I feel that these are some of the energies at play right now. So I hope that this reading was interesting for you. Thank you for watching. Bye.